Okay. So yes, I think the title of the session is seen. Please tell me your agreement, disagreement, your confusion. The session title is okay, Madhuri, but I have a problem with create and conversation.
No, I have a problem in reading that because of the font.
Font, thank you so much. Cha, I can't mess with design.
Some safe font, we can just name it and then you can use it in any presentation. I'll just write it down for you.
Wow. So what I'll do is, before finalizing my PPT, I'll take an appointment from all of you. Free tuition, I'm not going to give any payment. Be sure of that. Anyway, thank you so much for reviewing my slide. As usual, I love feedback. So it's a bad font for the title, the session title. I'm taking it. I don't even know what this font is called. I just used it like that. Anyway, creating a personality. Can we create a personality is my first question.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Of course. Lovely. And the next one is through conversation.
Yes.
Yes, both yes. And that takes me to my next one. How many of you think you have great ideas at one point or the other? You keep thinking that you have great ideas, feeling that you have great ideas. How many of you do that?
In the college days, we used to have that confidence.
In the college days, you used to have the confidence. Where did it go now?
Because right now we are not creating any idea. We are more, personally, I am into operations.
Wow.
So yeah.
So yes. All right. Anybody else who thinks you always have great ideas?
Yeah, I feel so.
You feel so. Right. So my next question is, how successful do you think you have been in sharing those ideas and getting people to listen and, get those great ideas approved? How successful have you been?
We are talking about professional life only, right, Madhuri?
Anywhere. Let's not limit the idea of conversation to just professional life. We'll call it overall, because let's say somebody who's a good communicator in profession cannot be a poor communicator otherwise. That again is a debatable thing, but yeah, overall.
So what was the question? How oftenly do we communicate the idea?
Yes. Yeah. How successful were you in getting your great ideas approved by people, or at least they should listen to your great idea? Have they ever listened? How successful?
80-90% in my case.
Wow, my God, great. So Kunal says people listen to his great ideas. Lovely. Anybody else?
Not great ideas, ideas.
Ideas, yeah.
Yeah, same here. Like it depends on the profession and the personal and the family. But from my end, I can say like 60 to 70 kind of thing.
Lovely. Good to know that. Great to know that. And all of us have ideas, and we think they are great ideas. The second person might think whatever, because our idea is great to at least us. Anyway, let me also remind you of those people who you think are the center of attraction anywhere. My God, this person is so enchanting. He's the center of attraction. So wherever you go, you find people like that. You have any experiences?
Yes, Madhuri. Archa here.
Yes. Yeah, Archa. So these are the people that get people listen to them, and people love working with them, and they are very impactful, all of that. You have such people? Have you met such people? Or are you one of those people?
That others can tell. But we have met such people, yeah.
Lovely. Anybody who has an interesting story to share?
I have a story related to the interior design.
Yeah, Vishwanath, please go ahead.
Usually I'll do, I'm passionate to work on a painting. So I'll do practice on that. I'll do small exhibitions internal, not from the social network, not external. But they'll ask for like what kind of the paintings can we keep it on the wall, and what kind of the theme that we can keep it in the interior, if it is a bedroom or if it is in a hall. So they will request those kind of the things. I mean, for them, like I'm a good designer, I have some good knowledge on the design sense from their point. So yeah, I got this kind of the request and this kind of experience I feel.
Interesting. Right. So now, can we all say some words that describe such people? Some words.
Energetic,
Energetic,
Pleasant.
pleasant,
very brief in
very
communication, very brief in communication.
brief. Okay,
To the point, I would say.
right. Any
Good
other
lis-
words?
Good listener.
Good listeners. Mhm.
Empathetic,
Empathetic. More words, more words.
Humble,
Humble. Okay. People who are the center of attraction.
and commanding also.
Commanding. Yes. Commanding is one side of it. Yeah. Let me show you one word, and I don't know how you're going to receive that word. Do you think such people are charismatic?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Is the right word. So what do we understand by this word charisma?
Aura sort of a thing.
Aura sort of a thing. Yeah. And I kept talking about, people listening to them, people loving to work with them and all of that. So how charismatic you all think you are?
Not sure.
Not sure. You need not be so, what should I call? I'm not finding a right word to describe that. You need not demonstrate your humility. You can just go and flaunt your charisma.
Yeah. Let action speaks better than word or something.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. Yes. So you all think charisma is something that people are born with?
Can be developed over the time.
Yes.
Can be developed.
It also depends on their upbringing, I would say.
Yes. Their upbringing, the experiences,
Yes.
all of that. There's this lady called Olivia Fox who's written a beautiful book. I would suggest you all to read it. The book called as The Charisma Myth. And I have taken a lot of content for today's session from her book. And she says charisma is a skill that can be learned.
I agree.
Wow. Anybody? Agree, disagree, maybe, not sure?
Agree.
Agree.
Completely.
I also agree.
Let's go ahead. I will not dare to call anybody not charismatic. Just that it's relative. It's, differs by percentage. Somebody is 50% charismatic, somebody is 60%, something like that. So to understand how charismatic you are, there's a test. And this test is proposed by another author called Vanessa Van Edwards, who is also the author of 2 beautiful books in the realm of building successful profession, becoming successful professionals. The 2 books called as Captivate and Cues, right? So she proposed this test. I will want you all to choose between 2 options, right? I'll give you 2 options. You will pick one that is the best fit for you, right? You will have confusion between 2, but choose the one that is most likely. The first one, I'm known for my kindness or skills. You can use a physical or digital paper to just note it. I am known for my skills or my kindness.
It depends on the audience also, Madhuri.
You're absolutely
Maybe
right.
kindness would be more towards the family member, skills could be more professional. So how do we justify?
Yeah, here, let's say you think making this choice is easy if you restrict your, the window. You want to look at it professionally, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
If you think you can widen it, you can still make a choice. It's up to you.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, we can be flexible there.
Sure.
You are known for your kindness or for your skills?
Do we have to speak up or note down only?
No. Note it down. Note the number.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
1A or 1B? The next one would be, I'm considered a great 2A team player or 2B team leader. If you think you have not led a team at office, you can look at your college life where you were the leader of a club or you were the leader of a family event, anything like that. A great team player or a team leader.
Can we choose both also?
No, one that is the most likely. Yeah.
Sure.
The third one. I'm compassionate, I'm impressive. Here you should look at how people perceive you. You approach them with compassion or you impress them. Compassionate or impressive. The next one, I'm patient, I'm efficient, which is true in your case. And people say, what do you mean? I'm efficient and I'm impatient? It's not like that. Whatever is the most likely in your case, patient or efficient. And the last one, done with 4. I'm going to the 5th one. People consider me very friendly or very smart. Are you a friendly person or a smart person?
This
You
has
wrote-
to be.
Yeah,
The
but
fifth one is the hardest one.
hardest one, is it? I can understand. But a lot of people find 4th one the hardest somehow.
No, 5th one
So
is
I
tricky.
think the 5th one is the second hardest, I believe, because Parit quoted that. Done with the test?
Yes.
Yes. So A or B? What is your rank? You got more A's or more B's? If you got more A's, show me a thumbs up. More A's. Achha. Kunal is showing a thumbs up. Vishwanath is showing a thumbs up. Anybody else with more A's? Okay. Who got B's now? You can show me a thumbs up. Parit got a B. Archa got a B. What about the remaining? Okay, Teju's got a B. Okay. What about Roni?
Yeah, I got most of A.
A, na? Yeah. Right. So nothing is right, nothing is wrong. There are no absolutes here. You can just be anything. In behavior, there's nothing right, nothing wrong. You know, the result of behavior is something that is either right or wrong, that too according to situation. Anyway, that said, let's say you got more A's. Consider yourself a warm person. And you got more B's. Consider yourself a competent person. Now I know you will ask me, you spoke about charisma. Now you're saying warm and you're saying competent. What is your problem in life? I'll tell you. Vanessa says, let's say people got more A's, right? They are seen as warm and they are seen as sweet, compassionate, relatable, and likable by people. Those are the people who are likable, right? And people open up to such people. And you are a great team player. You can just work with any number of people. They will come up to you. They'll share stuff with you. They collaborate with you. All of that happens when you are a warm person. But you're falling short a little on being smart, competent, and impressive, right? All in all, you will be less memorable and less impactful. People do not remember you, or you cannot create an impact, something like that. Followed by, let us say you got more B's and you can consider yourself competent. You are smart, efficient, and important. So people think you are a capable person, right? You can be a great team leader. You can influence people. You are powerful, things like that. That is when you are competent. And you will fall short on, people find it difficult to approach you. And you're not very collaborative, and kindness is not your cup of tea. This is where we fall short, the people that are competent. All in all, you come across as cold and intimidating. This is the thing. So
But
yes,
what is the use of a leader if he is not approachable?
Perfect. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's where we are heading. That's where we're heading.
Yeah,
So
I have, sorry, Madhu.
Yeah.
I have like all of them, like one A and B, both. I'm having both of them.
Then I
That's the
think
problem, like.
you are the showstopper today. Will you wait for the surprise? Yeah, let me
Okay.
reveal the surprise. Yeah, yeah. Going ahead. So what do you think is ideal? We have seen two extremes, na? So what is ideal? It's a no-brainer. Come on, tell me what is. Yeah,
warmth and competence in
Yeah.
between.
in between, the center of the scale. So the
Hmm.
most successful people who come across as charismatic, they are both warm and competent. And this is the ideal spot. My next question, is it possible to be at this ideal spot all the time?
No.
Not possible. Now we said what is ideal. Then what is practical? What is practical?
Trying to be at the center.
Trying to be at the center. Wow, that's a sweet answer.
It depends on the situation.
According
Awesome.
to the audience or maybe environment.
Awesome. According to the audience, according to the environment, you are moving between warmth and competence, right? That is how you can become both likable and impactful. Depending on the situation, depending on the goal at hand, depending on the audience, the most successful people always are flexible on this scale, the charisma scale, created by Vanessa, who is a behavior scientist. She says, if you want to come across as charismatic, depending on the situation, move on the charisma scale, because warm people like to be treated warmly and competent people like to be treated with competence. That is research, study. Now we spoke a lot about warmth, competence, blah, 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 blah. Then where exactly do you think you all have to be warm? The places that you have to be warm.
Hospital.
Sorry?
Hospital.
At a hospital, okay. Warm and kind. You can't show your competence in a hospital, yeah. The places.
Unless you are a doctor at surgery.
Okay. See, there also you have to be flexible. There is no absolute. Very nice. Very nice. At a work situation, what do you think? Where do you think you have to be warm?
Client meetings.
Yeah,
Dealing with people.
dealing with subordinates or
Awesome.
junior.
That's a perfect answer. When you're working with a team or when you're leading a team, I think you have to be warm. We're not talking about the crisis times, but generally on a working day or working times, it's good to be warm with team. It's good to be warm as a leader, right? Let me give you a context. Let's say Madhuri joined your team today for the first time. You want to show your competence or a warmth? I'm joining your team today.
Warm.
Warmth. Okay, you will come across as warm. Lovely. So how will you show your warmth? Please do not forget the title of today's session. It is Creating an Enchanting Personality Through Conversations. So how can you be warm to a new associate, to a new entrant?
Maybe I will greet you first. I will
Awesome.
ask about your day or a health, and
Awesome.
then I will give you a short tour of the office probably.
Wow, you will take me around the office. My God, lovely, lovely.
At
So
least the
smile and
canteen.
the canteen, yeah, because you already know I'm a foodie or what. There's nobody who doesn't like food, of course. Anyway, so smile and greet, we spoke a lot about this. I'm not going to bombard you with this one. Whatever Kunal said makes absolute sense. Giving a tour of office, yes, that's the warmest gesture. And I was lucky to get this tour by some of my associates at my previous workplaces. And that feels very nice. And people feel good about it. What next? What do you think is the nicest that you can do to a person when you meet them for the first time?
Will introduce them with the other team.
You will introduce yourself to them.
I will introduce you to my other team, other colleagues.
Other people, yeah, everybody around. Lovely, lovely. Yes. Any more answers? I'm sure people would have joined your team, na? You can just recall your real-time experiences. You need not bring any ideal stuff. Yeah.
Like if they're new, probably they'll be having lunch like alone. So ask them to have lunch together or.
Awesome. Invite them to join for lunch. Lovely.
We can share our time or our experiences when we were new, and we can share that these were some of the stuff that we did wrong.
Super.
Or something
Super.
like that.
Telling your story or telling your experience, narrating your personal stuff is a great idea. What else?
I'll be helpful to the person who joins.
Yeah,
Friendly
you will
and
offer help. If you
Yeah.
need something, you can always ping me on work chat. Lovely. And that will be a great help, because people will be lost. They do not know whom to go to. Yeah. And I think at Value Labs, my HR partner was very, very, welcoming that way. She just said, any question, you can just bombard me. Don't, shy away. And she just gave me all that freedom. And I can assure that felt very nice. Yeah. Because I virtually onboarded. I knew nothing about the Value Labs building. Anyway, and the most important thing and the nicest thing that you could do is to ask them their story. Ask them their story. And this word personal might come across as something very questionable, but I'll tell you, personal without being intrusive is still nice. How many of you studied UX design at college as one of the subjects, or in your BCom or in your BTech, whatever? Anybody who studied? Oh, Parit studied. So we have a course, is it? A BTech or a BSc or a BA? What is that, Parit?
Not sure. They were like I studied design, so it was part of the curriculum.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Somebody just said there's no course about design only in
Yeah,
colleges. Anyway.
there's no dedicated degree, but like there are subjects or like for a semester long or something.
Nice, nice. So my idea is you can just ask them their story. Hey, hi, when did you join Value Labs, and how did you fall in the world of UX? What brought you here? Who inspired you? And where did you work last? What was your experience like? What's your favorite in UX? Whatever, because there will be departments in UX again, right? So you can ask them their story, and everybody want to be known to people. So it's good to listen to their story. Any questions you can just ask in order to know their story? Examples, anybody?
Maybe where are they from or something?
Yeah, where are they from? What kind of work they did, and what is it that they like doing? All of that. Any personal questions without becoming too intrusive.
Yeah.
Followed by, you all said, sharing your story. Again, you can share, you can get a little deeper, more than, other than just talking about what is the current project, what are her or his roles and responsibilities, what are the challenges, or what are the nice things. You can just go ahead and share how you fell in UX. And like Parit said, when you joined new, what happened? How has your experience been? A little, you can get a little personal, because we're talking about coming across as warm. Followed by, you can also talk about how they enjoy their weekends, what are their hobbies. You can discuss, let's say you connect on social media in a week or so. This one applies to anybody, any friend, not just a new entrant, anybody. Let's say somebody posted a post about gardening on, let's say, Instagram. You can talk about, hey, hi, I checked your post. Do you like gardening? Can you help me with some tips? That's fine. And here somebody used a word called stalking. You will not come across as a stalker as long as you use kind words, nice words, and as long as you don't intrude into their personal space. Stalking is totally different from talking interests, right? So this is something you can do to up the, the friendship quotient in your work relationship. Followed by, you can remember important details about them. What are the important details that you can remember of your teammates?
Name.
Sorry, name. Always high and first name.
Yes. Like read every week a new book that I know. So,
sorry?
Parit likes to read a new book every week. So
lovely. So you can ask Parit, hey, hi, which book did you read last week?
And he doesn't finish that book.
Okay, lovely. He only begins reading and he cannot finish it in 1 week, is it?
That was supposed to be secret pages.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I try to finish, but yeah, sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Things like that. All of this will up the warmth quotient when you're working in a team. You need not limit your discussion to only work stuff. All of this can happen and you can be warm to each other, right? Because like we discussed in one of those sessions, there are invisible walls. So to break those walls, to become one, to become that, to express solidarity, to have a feeling of a team, you can try and be warm like this. There are many other styles. You can choose what works the best for you. So because we said being warm is a nice thing in order to come across as charismatic. Going forward, what makes you competent? What makes you competent in a conversation?
Knowledge and quick response.
Knowledge, yes. Whenever you say something, you are speaking relevantly, you're sharing the right knowledge, or you're giving the right details all the time, all of that. Yes. What else?
Achievements.
Achievements, yes. Personal achievements, team achievements. You're putting it across, and you will come across as competent when in client meetings, or let's say in a presentation, or when you're persuading somebody, when there's a negotiation, all of that. Those situations, I think you should slightly lower the warmth element and you have to up the competent element. Because in the last slide, we saw how we have to be warmer and a little less competent. Because on first day, when you see somebody, you will go up and say, I won the best employee award for the last quarter. You could be competent, but that fellow will think, what's wrong with this girl? So yeah, coming to this one. Competent, you said you have to be knowledgeable. And this is something which is great. If you can use facts, figures, statistics. If not facts, figures, statistics, you can convey credibility. Whatever terms, qualitative terms, quantitative terms. What is it for UX? Is UX more qualitative or quantitative?
Both, I would say.
Yeah, both.
It's a balance between them.
It's a balance. So you have to just convey credibility using numbers, the right terms, the vocabulary, all of that. Whatever best describes the work that you do or the achievements. Or let's say, I'll give a generic, you say, let's say we are working on a project and we're describing efficiency and error in percentage. I'll say the last 2 projects we have closed with 98% efficiency, or only 2% error was seen in one of those projects, something like that. Using numbers, percentages, all of that will make you sound like you are in the game and you understand the game, the rules of the game. Followed by questions, summary, and follow-up. Questions, summary, and follow-up, it has multiple dimensions. So when I say questions, what is one thing you can think of?
Information gathering.
Information gathering, okay. You want to ask questions?
Yeah.
You seem curious, like.
You seem curious, but I'll tell you, I think...
Interested, curious.
Interested, yes, as you said. But, not just for the heck of it. Yeah, asking questions is a right thing. So not for the heck of it. You have to just make yourself relevant to the scenario and ask the right question. Because, I remember again, the first time I had attended a campus to corporate session back in college, my trainer had told, when the employer says, ask a question, whatever. So asking questions is a great idea. When there is opportunity given for questions, you have to ask. And the second dimension for questions is, somebody asked a question, what would you do? I'll give it up for somebody else. If you know an answer, if you think you can put the answer comprehensively, please take the opportunity. Answering the questions also will make you competent, will make you sound competent, because you would have answered a question rightly, right? That is the question. Somebody is asking you to ask questions, ask a question. Somebody is asking a question, go ahead and answer it. If you think you know. That is about questions. Summary and follow-up. In any given meeting, please proactively take the opportunity to present the summary of the meeting. You need not necessarily be the person who sends the minutes of the meeting across, but to make sure that the members of the meeting are on the same page, make it a habit to just write pointers from the meeting, and you can present the summary towards the end. It is here that you can come across as compelling and slightly maybe commanding also, because you know what happened in the meeting. That is one style. This works both in internal meetings and external meetings, presenting the summary. And follow up. What is following up? You must be knowing it best because you work with external people also. Following up?
Yeah, following up in the sense, checking on the things that we decided during a meeting or something.
Checking on things,
Checking
not
the
just
progress.
technical things. You can
Progress.
also follow up with respect to experiences. How has it been? How is it going? Is everything fine? Do you need any intervention? Things like that. Follow-up notes will also make sure that you're interested in the happenings. All of this, you can do it genuinely. So these are some styles of showing your competence. And while you're talking also in speeches, you can mention people. What is this mentioning people?
Taking their names.
Madhuri, can you repeat?
Yeah, mention people in
Yeah, I
speech.
mentioned you in my speech. So that's what.
You
what is-
decided that you're going to pull my leg, huh? And that's how you came to the session today. Thank you so.
Live example.
Yeah, it's a live example. Thank you so much. And mentioning people in speech again has multiple dimensions. How can you mention people in speech?
Strength of the person.
Names of the person, you can take names.
Strength of the person.
Sorry?
It's about the skills and the strength of the person.
Skills and the strengths. Lovely, lovely. Can you elaborate this? Because this is one of the right answers.
See, if the person is like, how could I spell, like, if he's more skilled on the one particular subject, so we can, I mean, we can mention that person.
Lovely, lovely.
A skilled person in this section, I mean, in this area that we can mention.
Awesome, awesome.
For example, you took a name of that author while mentioning the book.
Awesome, awesome. When working in teams, I think people give more weightage when you talk in terms of we. Let's say Kunal has gone to a client meeting to present something. And Kunal can say, Roni and Archa helped me with design. Vishwanath helped me with the operations. And today I'm here to present to you whatever. So you will come across as a team and Kunal will be seen as out of, Kunal stands out because he's not just saying I and I. He's mentioning the rest of his team also in his speech. That is one style of mentioning people. Lovely addition, Vishwanath. What else? How can you mention people? And Kunal, what you said is right. Let's say you know some credible person who you read his book about UX design, or you learned something from that book or a write-up or a blog post or a video, you can mention that.
Or a quote, maybe.
Let's say you've done a course recently on Coursera or whatever. There are a lot of experience platforms. You can say, I learned this one from this Coursera course. So people will also understand that you are upping your skills and you're studying, you're reading, all of that. You can demonstrate how interested you are in the game. And when I say game, yeah, in the project. So mentioning people in the speech. What else? How else can you mention?
Maybe story, by telling the story or relating that topic to some other past experience or something.
Yes, relating it to a past experience, somebody who taught you something. Yeah, all of this is fine. You can take names. And in a meeting, let's say you have nothing very strong to say. You can just say, Kunal just said XYZ. I agree with Kunal. And you can take the name of that person. You can quote whatever he said and you can say you agree with it. Or I'll say, Roni said ABC. I want to add a little more to it, EF. So I'll say, I'll add something to what Roni said. So you're again quoting somebody and you're adding to them or you're agreeing with them. You can also disagree. It's not a problem. Vishwanath said XYZ. I think I will ask for a little more detail here. Could you please help me understand how this is going to work? That also is fine. Because you're all showing that you're paying attention. And you can take the exact words, what they said. So you're listening and you're not just lost out behind those muted, video, muted audio and muted speaker. Yeah, that is mentioning people in a speech, conversation, I assert. And yeah, talking about important events. Any important event that happened in Value Labs recently? that you know of? Because I think the social media team is very active. They post lovely stuff.
So every year we have this Design Inspire event that happened
Wow.
recently.
You can take that.
Yeah.
You can just, present some pictures, include some pictures in your PPT and show them this is what happened with us recently and we had great fun, or we won an award. I think recently Value Labs also won the Best Employer Award for the year 2020 or 2021, sponsored by some organization. I'm not able to take the name. You can say that, or you can discuss that. Or let's say in Indian culture, some festival is going on. Now Eid is going on and people are fasting. That can become a discussion. If you think that is not going to be problematic again, religion and war and all of that are a little taboo topics, but still, if you think that's fine, let's say there's other culture where they celebrate Halloween, you can discuss that. Professional and cultural events, you can bring it to discussion just to show that you're staying up to date, to just check on how they're doing, how they're enjoying all of that. The next one, here, giving and receiving mentoring. How about this? And how often are you in the habit of giving and receiving mentoring? Yes, no, maybe you like this.
Is it about appreciating others?
Mentoring, you just receive help. Let's say let's say there are 3 departments in UX. I'm strong in 2 and not very strong in 1 department. And Kunal is an expert in all 3. I will reach out to Kunal. Hi, Kunal, I need a little help on this one. Could you please help me understand this, this, and this? And you will readily mentor me.
Yeah, quite often.
Yes, quite often. Quite often. Yes. And that also ups the competence factor. You can do both give and receive mentoring. Approaching people for mentoring is not a weakness, it's a strength. Yeah. And also proactively offering mentoring is also a strength. People sometimes think that, they take us for granted. We will be again bombarded with questions. We'll have to do duty that is not due on us and all of that. But you can still assertively tell people or limit people. Assertive communication is a different session, so we'll discuss there. But giving and receiving mentoring is a strength. It's not a weakness. So this is how you all can show your competence in your conversations. And any more ideas you want to add? They're not limited, but these are a few good ideas. Coming across as competent.
I think appreciating others would also be a
awesome.
being competent aspect.
Appreciating, complimenting.
Giving the credits and all those things.
Superb, superb. You can say, while mentioning people, you can say, that's an impressive idea. That's a beautiful idea, yes. And I think, let's say you were not involved in a project, but that project won some accolades. You can go ahead and say, I heard you won this thing. Yeah. That's great. Congratulations. Appreciating, complimenting. What else? Anything else?
Guidance.
Guiding people. Guiding people. And one more thing is admitting mistakes. You think that works, or you think that's not a wise idea?
No, that works.
That works. You can just go confidently say something went wrong, and you can go ahead and say how you're going to correct it and why that went wrong. Admitting mistakes is also something that makes you very confident. That makes you very honest also. Admitting mistakes, complimenting people. Wow, great additions. Anything else that you all practice?
Also, coming up with a solution rather than a problem also
awesome.
adds to your competence.
Coming up with a solution. Lovely. All of this.
Dependable, like someone can depend on you.
Dependable, yes. You are inviting people, yes. Dependable. They can reach out to you for help. You're approachable, yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely, all of this. So yes, let me assert, if you want to up the charisma quotient in you, you have to flexibly move between warmth and competence. Followed by, I said Olivia Fox, the author of Charisma Myth, she says, if you, however warm you are, however competent you are, if you can't be positive, you cannot become charismatic. She says, internally, externally, you have to be positive. What is this positivity?
Thinking.
Thinking, yes, thinking. Let's say you're going to go to an important meeting. Let's call it a virtual meeting. Can you bring up all the negative thoughts that you will have in your mind that run through your mind? Virtual meeting, an important meeting with an important client.
No.
What are the negative thoughts that run through your mind? Usually.
All the possibilities which can go wrong,
Yeah.
or to get a negative outcome of the meeting, to
Yes.
like the fear of having like failing the agenda of the meeting.
Yes. The agenda of the meeting may go wrong. There might be power failure. There might be internet failure. There could be whatever. I think we have a hell lot of negative stuff running through the brain, but she says, stop it. Set your visualizations right. Set positive visualization in order to bring positivity, in order to radiate positivity. That might go wrong, you never know, but you don't have to keep worrying about it even before that happened. That's what she says. That's how you can become positive internally. It's a very, very difficult thing because it's natural tendency for humans to be negative, but I think we all can start moving towards positivity. Going forward, this is a very interesting fact. I said it's natural for humans to be negative, and this fact supports that. In our day-to-day conversations, we tend to use 50% negative words, 30% positive words, and 20% neutral words. Surprising? Not surprising?
Surprising.
Surprising. This happens very naturally with us. And every time we speak a negative word, that might not be a great thing for the people who are speaking, but for the people who are listening, that has a subconscious effect. So unknowingly, the negative words that we use create a negative impact on the opposite person. That's a fact, a research-based fact. And in order to become more positive, let's talk about positive language. So these are the positive words. Replace all I with we. We spoke about coming across as a team, right? So I did something. I bring to you this report. We can replace all I with we. We, our, and us. Make it a conscious effort to use we and us. It will do a good. It will do good to you. These are the words. The right words. The words on the left show warmth and the words on the right show competence. I'll read them out to you. There are more words. Collaborate, excited, engage, together, connect, amazing, and great. The last two words are particularly of great interest to me because it's good to close using those. Kunal, it was amazing talking to you today. Tejus, it was great working with you with this project XYZ. Right? Roni, it was great meeting you. All of this. They create a good impact. Followed by the words that show competence: efficient, effective, streamline, productive, strategize, brainstorm, adhere, outperform, perform. I think there are a lot of words in your business, in UX business. I found a quick link online. I'll share that with you. If that interests you, you can use some words from that. Now, I think we have a quick exercise to do in order to convert all the negative words to positive, right? We can do a little exercise. I'll give you a context. Let's say we're all going back to office, okay? And we're all wanting to just talk to each other, understand how we can take the business forward and all of that. And we're setting up. And the context is, we want a meeting room. I'll say one statement and help me convert it to positive. I don't want a dark meeting room. I don't want a dark meeting room. How can we make this? Sorry.
I would prefer a brightly lit meeting room.
As simple as that. Yes. Could you please provide us with a well-lit meeting room? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kunal is saying something and I interrupt.
Exactly that I was saying. Can you provide me a well-lit room? I would say meeting room.
Could you provide us with a well-lit room is positive. So very simple. We'll replace all do not, cannot, may not, will not, might not with will, can, may, might, do. As simple as that. The exercise is up for you. You can just give answers as they come. Don't start the car like that. I just took general examples. You can apply the same technique even in your technical language.
Car can be started other way.
Yes. Can you start the car like this? Something like that. Yeah, why don't you start the card this way? Whatever. Stop pronouncing the word wrong. Madhuri, stop using wrong fonts. I didn't plan
Please
this,
use the
guys.
better font.
I didn't plan this. Huh? I'm very spontaneous. Shabash. Thank you so much. So that's what somebody posted this thing, a post. Thank you so much. I think I'll try and improve my design skills. So yeah, Madhuri, please use right fonts. So yeah, you can pronounce the word like this. And yeah, don't talk on your cell phone in class.
Avoid cell phones in the class.
Okay, avoid cell phones. We'll make this a do statement. That's an important call. I have to take it at any cost. The President of United States is calling me.
Can you take your call outside the class?
As simple as that. Could you please take the call? If you have important calls, you can take them in the waiting room. Something like that. And to be a little contemporary, I put mute yourself. If you need to talk outside the meeting, you can mute yourself. Something like that. And we said there are situations where you have to use we statements, but there are also situations where you have to use I statements, where you want to discuss something wrong, something that might have gone wrong. I'll say, Harish, you're very controlling. I'll say that. Harish is my boss. And I'll say, Harish, you're very controlling. How can I use an I statement?
No, I am not.
Okay, you're not controlling. Maaf kar dijiye, please.
I am being controlled by you.
Okay. We'll just say how you like to be treated. How you like to be treated.
I don't want to be controlled.
I don't want to be.
Enjoy certain freedom. Something.
Lovely, lovely. I enjoy certain freedom. Yes, it's both assertive and also it'll do what is needed. I like working autonomously. If I need help, I will reach out to you. If I need assistance, I'll mail you. I like working independently, or I like working autonomously. Or could you please allow me to work autonomously if you want to be more polite? Something like that on these lines. Because your controlling person, Harish, will definitely make Harish, hate me or something. It damages the relationship. Anyway, you always come late to the class. You always exceed the deadlines. I'll take some other name, because if I say Harish's name again, he's going to kill me. I'll say Archa. Archa, you always exceed the deadlines. Look at the tone.
I would like you to come early to the class.
Yes. I'd like you to come early
To the class.
That's a great idea. Or you can say, I will worry you will miss the beginning, or I think you will miss out on important information, something like that. How about the deadlines one? You always exceed the deadlines.
Try
I
to
worry you will miss the appraisal this time.
Very, very smart. Kunal, I'm giving it to you. You're the second showstopper today.
No, it's Harish.
Yes.
It was Harish.
It was Harish, is it? Okay, sorry, Harish. You can say that. I see you've been delaying for the couple of times. You think there's something you need help with or something like that. I can come of help to you if you need something. You can just make them, you can accommodate them, because we are a team and we don't want the relationship to be damaged. And explaining a solution, I think Kunal said this one. Giving a solution always makes you competent. What you said is come here. So here, I can't finish the project by 5 p.m. How can we make this positive?
Can we try to finish the project by 5 p.m.?
Okay, you're saying it. I can't finish is your statement. So how can you make it positive?
Okay, these are the things which I can finish by 5 p.m.
Perfect. I can get this much done by 5 p.m. is great answer. Lovely. Then by when are we submitting the entire work, the project? The next nearest possible, whatever is possible for you. Can I submit it by 11 a.m. tomorrow? Something like that. How about tomorrow morning? I'll get it done surely by that time. And you can explain. If you think you can explain the reason, you want to explain the reason, you can say, I'm occupied with this. I can get it done by so and so time. This time is not possible. What time is possible then? Yeah. Do not or cannot by can or do. I don't know where you can find out about a visa. And somebody will say, Madhuri, in the last session, you said it's okay to say, I don't know. Now you're saying something else. People are ready to pull my leg. So tell me, I don't know where you can find out about a visa.
Maybe you'll inform that this person might know about visa. Maybe
Awesome.
he might not knows.
Awesome. You will direct it to the source.
Yeah.
Can you
You
ask
can find out with
XYZ?
somebody else. Kunal.
Can you ask XYZ about the visa? or
Yes.
something?
Yes. That is one style. Yeah. Let me find someone who can help you with this. And somebody said, I'll just go research and help them. If you research and take other person's duty on your table, I think you will have a lot of load to do. Please don't do that. People will take you for granted. At the most, you can lead them to the source or just use some words to tell them where you can find it. The next one, there are no appointments for 1 month.
Let me check next possible date for you.
Awesome. That's the one. Tejas is saying something.
We are available next month.
Yes, we're available next month. Yes. You can schedule the appointment to the next month. Or do you want me to book the appointment for the next available date? That's a nice thing. Explaining a solution is again making you competent, and more than competent, it's making you accommodating. Do not apologize. This is one recent popular internet trend. You would have seen all of this on internet. Sorry for being late is making you small. Instead, make the opposite person big.
Thank you for waiting patiently.
Awesome. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your patience is a great thing. Thanks for waiting. Thanks for patience. Sorry to interrupt you. This might sound a little too Bollywood also. But as much as possible, it's good to turn all the negative statements to positive, because the trick is simple.
Can I add to your point or something?
Awesome. Awesome. Could you allow me to share my idea, or could you allow me to add my point? Yes, I have an idea. Sorry for my poor grammar. Okay. Sorry for my poor font selection. Sorry for my poor design.
Do you know any material where I can improve my grammar?
No, that's a statement that you have to say. A statement that I'm saying, yeah. We're not changing the subject here. The subject is me only.
Okay.
I hope I'm not misleading or something like that.
I said, okay, let me ask somebody else to say this dialogue. So then I can shift the focus. I'll ask Roni to read this one. Roni, please read the last one that you see there. Sorry for my
poor grammar.
Poor grammar. Yeah, Roni is saying this. How can Roni say this differently in a positive way?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
He has already corrected. Somebody else has already corrected.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing with me the
Thanks
best
for
fonts.
teaching me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing with me. Who's this person? I missed out on the name. I think it's Harish. Let me take. No, it's Kunal. No, not Kunal. Tejas. Thank you, Tejas, for sharing with me the article with the beautiful fonts. I'll go through the article. That is the thing. Lovely. And everyday negatives. So this is one thing. You can use them. I can't complain is not very popular in Indian, usage. You will say not bad. We can replace not bad with I'm good. Not bad is as good as bad. So we can say I'm good. If you don't want to just say I'm great or something, I'm good is fine. No problem can become happy to help. Keeping busy. This one I think I'll discuss a little. Let's say somebody has written to you. Somebody is written to you and you don't want to respond to them immediately because you're busy with something else. Instead of just ignoring the message, instead of just letting them wait. You can say, I'm occupied with blah, blah, blah. I'll get back to you on 15th April. What is the date today? Kuch bhi. So I'm occupied, or I'm holidaying, or I'm on a holiday. I'll get back to you, or I'll write to you by 30th April, something like that. That will really help that person understand. That's all about positive language, converting your negative tone into positive. And this one, I think I will want you all to tell me, because you're all design people. What do you think is the best way to be seen on a virtual camera?
Best way to be seen.
Yeah, the best. How can you be, very presentable on a virtual meeting?
Dress neatly.
Dress neatly, lovely. Yes, all of us, we know about good dressing, grooming and all of that, because in a live environment, the dress you wear, your non-verbal language, all of that has maximum impact. In virtual meeting, I think that's limited. We can only focus on the tone. There is something called as pace, pitch, and pause. I think we'll discuss deeply in a different session, maybe pace, pitch, and pause. You have to be slow, and you have to alter your pitch up and down, and you have to give pauses. I think we discussed this in the first session, in the very first session. So yeah, that is what we can do in order to come across as confident and competent. And presence, dress well is fine. Any gestures that you think we can use in a virtual meeting?
Nodding could be a gesture. Agreeing.
Awesome. Nodding your head.
Body language.
Smile.
Smile and nodding head.
And hand gestures also, I think.
Lovely. Hand gestures. What are the gestures we can use with the limited scope available?
Expressions.
Expressions, yeah.
Looking up sometimes when you don't feel like staring. It makes
Maybe. Looking off camera sometime when you don't feel like staring, when you don't want to be too serious. Lovely. I think two important gestures are numbers and sizes. When you want to say there are 3 elements in UX design, you can just show 3, and you have to keep your camera a little away from you. And it's great to show your upper body, the entire upper body, and a straight posture. If you're leaning forward, it's not very nice. If you're laid back like this also, it's not very nice. A straight posture with your entire upper body seen, right? That's a great idea. So for that, you need to put your camera a little away, your laptop a little away from you. That's one style, is what people suggested. And 2 things, one is number and the other one is size. If the camera is too close, it'll make you a little awkward when you're showing, things like these. It's becoming very ugly also, maybe. So these are the 2 things that people suggested in virtual meetings. And gestures proved to be very impactful. Watch all the TED Talks, and all the famous speakers always used a lot of gestures in order to come across as strong and powerful. That said, we have seen enough. These are the 3 books that I referred to in order to bring content for today's session. The Charisma Myth. There's another book called Captivate and Cues by Vanessa Van Edwards. Charisma Myth by Olivia Fox. And the center one, the book, is a little about positivity, how positivity enhances your work experience and how it gives success in a profession. So these are the books. If you're interested, you can go grab them and read. Any more questions? Not really? Yes.
Thank you for the resources, actually.
Yeah. So let me just quickly summarize. You have to be both warm and competent. So let's say somebody might just come across and say, warmth and competence will not make you charismatic. I don't want to agree. I don't want to disagree. Let's say warmth and competence are not making you charismatic. You will at least become warm and competent, if not charismatic. That's a joke anyway. So yes, it's a combination of warmth and competence. And you have to always use positive language in your mails and in also your speech. These are the 2 key takeaways, I would say. Thank you so much for joining today's session. I will see you all on Monday again. Monday, not Monday, I think Tuesday.
Monday.
Monday,
Monday, I guess.
Monday. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Monday or Tuesday, we're confused. Whatever, next week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see you at least until the next week. So yes, have a happy weekend. See you all. Thank you for joining the session. Please respond to my survey, the feedback survey.
Sure, Madhuri.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.